Hello, my name is Ryan Lee. I'm part of the Bois team, and we are working on our game that is a copy of Left 4 Dead. Sorry. And then to start that up, we'll launch right in. Alrighty, so I'm gonna jump over to oh, 1 second. Is it on here? Alright, sorry. So, for the apartment level, as the game, I want to challenge the player from the start with cramped level design, showcasing the intense atmosphere that the player has to endure. Now for subtask 1, create an apartment building for the player to traverse downwards with tighter corridors and faux choke points. This will be shown throughout. Create multiple rooms in each floor for the player to explore. Now this will also be shown throughout. Create rooms that are not accessible to the player except by further exploration with a greater zombie count for increased difficulty. I'm certainly due to the fact that the doors that we have are kind of broken and not really working super correctly, I will be making better fixes because they are there in the rooms, but without doors they just traverse freely. So, and then have different types of zombies as you progress through the apartment level, which I will discuss them as we go through. And once you make it out to the apartment, have an exit that puts you in the direction of the next level block. You will see that as we go, and I'll also mention as we go through as well. Create checkpoint areas in the level that if the player dies, they will respawn at the checkpoint, and obviously you will see that as we go through, and I will list them as we go. So, we'll select, we'll go to the apartment. Now, we start up top. I don't mind all the weird things out in the distance. Alright, so first, checkpoint. So, these are the base zombies that are not necessarily really a threat. This is our strong zombie. Shots to this is our fast one. Damage works on normal ones. Gotta just get up to it. Kill it. So I don't have anything else in here. So this is the first level. Or the top level, I should say. And we have another and then we hit our second checkpoint. Now for some level design, I put in a elevator that I will put more so yeah. Normally there's stuff blocked behind here that's hiding. Waiting to get you, so we'll go into the second level. And for these, like normally there's multiple in here, there's multiple in here, but that's for now. We had another checkpoint. And then break and go through the floor, and we audio. That's audible. Oh, he broke our door. So. Oh, gotta reload. Coming through, and just for a showcase, there's a Molotov and comes back to the ship. way. This is the exit coming through, and there's the hospital that we So I feel like this is a good spot to slow down and go over the hospital. So for the hospital, as the game, I want to have a level block to continue from after the apartment building to further progress the player's story. Create a level block for after completing the apartment building, so we just ran through that. Create a pathway that must be traveled in order to reach the hospital. We're about to go through this. It's not very intricate, but it's there. Create checkpoints for the player that will respawn if they die. So there is one coming up soon. Create a save point in the hospital that can be used as a restock area. Now this is... I have a health pickup in there, so basically, yeah. Once you are finished stocking up in the hospital, have an exit that will take you to the next level, which you will see, and have a SFX play inside the hospital for ambiance and immersion. Now, as we go through, we'll get there. Not kill all of them, but here's music that we have. We have options, sound effects. Oh. Zoom. So, here's the checkpoint. Normally, if I had taken damage at this point, here, like, I can... Yep, thank you. Come back. We have our health back again. We're all good to go. Come up through here. Was planning on having something kind of like a hidden little thing back there, but regardless, for now, escape through the manhole, and there we are.
Hello, my name is Matthew Sweet, and I'm part of Team Portal Boys, and this is reflection and evaluation for milestone number 1. So the first thing I have here is level select. As the player, I want to be able to choose which level I want to play via a button on the main menu. As you can see, I have the level select button here. Add a level select button to the main menu, just showed that. Add functionality to the button to load the different levels. So, functionality loads the different levels. Back to the main menu here. Have the button change color when pressed or when hovered over, and add a sound effect to the button. So, changes color whenever it's hovered over, changes color when it's clicked, and there's a button sound. The next task I have is sewer level prototype. As the game, I want to challenge the player to fight zombies in a cramped, dark area so that they learn close quarters combat. This is blocked by level select. So, go in. Sewers. It's a dark area. I got a flashlight available. Create a sewer system layout. So we'll run through it here. So we got a sewer system. I'll add some water up underneath these. as you can see, you got the tunnels here with catwalks. Go through here. Gonna make our way through the tunnels. Until we come to the end here. And we've made it to the end. So we got a sewer system layout. Next one is create choke points where the player will encounter larger numbers of zombies. So we'll go in, and I have made it to where each one of the rooms is our choke point. Has more zombies in it. We can really see this when we get to this next room here. Get a lot more zombies, and then this is another choke point here where we'll be fighting off more zombies. The next one, subtask, is create blocked areas that the player will not be able to access. I actually did this right off of the rip at the very beginning. Our blocked area is going to be actually the end area. As you can see, there's the end room. It's blocked off by these rocks. Have respawn checkpoints throughout the level. So I've got a couple of them here. Let me go here and get to them. See? The red arrow is our checkpoint. Alright. The next subtask is have different zombies in different areas of the level. So, start the level back over here. Here at the very beginning, I've got a couple of weak zombies just running around. The ones that are a little bit faster are our, we call them the fast boys. They're also the ones with the ragdoll animations on them. And then we've got crawlers around here as well. These are our strong zombies. These guys definitely pack a wallop behind them. And then the final subtask is create an exit for the sewer that will load to the next level. I've already shown that. I will go ahead and make my way to the end of the level to show you again. Quickly try to speed run through here. Try to get past these zombies real fast. Here's another one of our checkpoints. I'm just gonna jump down and bypass this guy for now. And we reach the exit here. That takes us back out to the menus. And that's how we will load the next level. My next task is light switch. As the player, I want to be able to turn on the lights in dark areas so that I can see what's around me. I've actually got that here in my sewer level. If we go over here, take care of this guy real fast. If we come up here, got a light switch that does work. Now you do have to double tap E on it. So add a light switch to toggle on and off with a trigger volume, and add a text that shows on screen what button to press when inside the trigger volume to toggle the light source. So I've done both of those. My light sources are here and there, and we can toggle them back off and on with the press of the E button. Alright. The next task for me is flashlight. As the player, I want to have a flashlight that turns on and off for dark areas in the game so that I can navigate the level. If we go through, flashlight, it is on, and I can toggle it off and on. Create a point light that is attached to the character. Alright. So, as we can see here, it is attached to the character. It's a point light. Create functionality that will toggle the flashlight on and off. So here, we can see I can toggle it on and off with the press of the F key. Have the player press the F key to turn the flashlight on and off. I just showed you that, but F key. And only allow the light to illuminate a small area in front of the player. Tried to make this as small as possible, but that strong enough to where it'll go out ahead of the player. But say the range is roughly, I don't know, 5 units maybe. Like you could see it on the back walls and such. So that's flashlight completed. The next task I have is the lowerable platform. As the player, I want to have a lowerable platform that will be activated, that can be activated in order to progress through the level. So we will actually go to the end of my sewer level to do this. Let me make my way down there. Okay, so here's my lowerable platform. First subtask, create a platform that can be lowered. So, as you can see, that is a platform that can be lowered. Create a trigger that will allow the player to use the button to activate the platform. So, I've got a trigger volume right here actually. Turn our flashlight off. It's on this box. It tells you to press E. The platform lowers. And create an animation for the platform to lower into position. So, actually use this one more like an elevator of sorts. We'll go over here, press the E button, and it lowers itself into position. That'll allow us to progress further in the level, actually get to the end point. that's my lowerable platform that has been completed. And then the last task I have is different level music. As the player, I want the game to play different tracks of music in each level to add more immersion to the game. So for mine, let me go out here. If we go to the sewers, we can hear the sounds of the sewer system, water dripping, things like that. And so the first subtask of that was to import the tracks into the game. Second one is add an audio source to each level and then create a sound mixer for the music. So the sound mixer is a little difficult to showcase in this, but I can go into the other levels. Level select the apartment. And if you wait just a moment, you hear a build-up of music in the background. That's like a slow ambient drone sound. And then if we go to the med kit level, so you get some hard rock playing in there. And then you also have the ambient background as well. And that music does change when you go to different areas. So if you listen here, there's a different track that plays right here. And we'll listen in. And there was the drone sound. And that is all of my tasks. I do appreciate you taking the time, and have a great day.
Hello and welcome. My name is Don Peffer, and I'm with Team Portal Boys for Milestone 1. This is our build. So we got right away going to a level select. Let's go ahead and get our prototype level. Prototype level is called Medkit. So we'll go ahead and spawn in here. This will just be our starting. So character death. As the character, or as the game, I want to challenge the player to fight zombies on their own and risk the chance of dying and restarting from the last checkpoint. When health gets to 0, the player will die. Well, that must have been the zombies going ahead and fight, so we'll go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and lower that. So, you do go into the state. So, right there, when health gets to 0, the player will die. As you can see, that was us. I have a delay set and then a apply physics. So that with this little buggy, so the gun's still like active, but you can't actually control it or you can't do anything. The player's still dead. Once the player dies, they have the option to respawn at the last checkpoint and restart the level. This was a lot of UI based, so it had something to do with the level select as well. So it doesn't take us right back to it. So I have it taken us straight back to the last checkpoint automatically, but the pause menu is always accessible. Will look visually different when dead. So the HUD is all taken away, as you were able to see there. The player will not be able to do anything once dead. Again, I was moving the mouse around, and you weren't able to actually look around or do anything. Have SFX on death of player. So it is just the normal death sound that we have. Visual position for player before death. So visual position, I wanted to have apply physics so that way the target is looking straight at, like, ragdolled to the ground. So we'd go ahead and move on to the next thing. Melee. As a player, I want to be able to deal with zombies once they get close and be able to do a melee attack that will save ammo and kill zombies within range. When the player presses V for the melee attack, have there be a small radius that can deal damage to any enemy within area. Have SFX for melee attack. Melee can hit multiple targets. So if we go ahead and hit resume, we press our B, and that is our melee. And then if we go ahead, so I do have it, I have the zombies stopping right here so they could line up for us. So once we do press V, it's launched as a projectile. As you can see, and the SFX for all of them will be played. Moving on, we have the medikit level prototype. As a game, I want to challenge the player to fight zombies on their own. Let's go ahead and restart this. Okay. Player will start in the level alone. So, as you can see, we start in the level alone. Player's objective will be to make to the end of the level alive. So in the top right, we can see the objective. That is the doors. They're still a little buggy. Player will have to use the medkit to regain missing health and have a certain amount of health before proceeding. So, with the objective system being that it is, the health to do so is 100%. So there's plenty of medkits throughout. Without the functioning inventory though, there is no way to actually keep track of it. But we do have the health pickup replaced. Player will fight through zombies to reach their objective, having medkits throughout the level. So the entire way throughout the level, there are going to be medkits shaped like this the entire way through for the player to pick up. Medkit will replace old health pickup, causing the player to hold down a button heal. So again, this was with the lack of the inventory system, there's no way to actually keep track of what items in here. Same way that we have our pipe bombs, or boomer biles, stuff like that. Brian was not able to implement an inventory system, so it was not implemented in. So I just had to use a replacement method. Have a tutorial text at the beginning of this and the medkit and how to use it. So this medkit most likely will save your life. Hold Q to use it. So, and the way to set up the code, you will just hold Q and you are able to consume the item out of the inventory. But like I said, the inventory is not set up, so this task was 100% blocked by the inventory system. So our medkit prototype, I'll go ahead and get on top of the building. So this is our entire level. Let me turn this down a little bit so that way we're able to hear. This is our entire level. So through here, we do have the strong zombies. That's where the horde spawns. There's just some trafficking in here. We go through the building. You'll be able to see the objective. That is the manhole that you want. I do want to add an invisible wall so that way a player can't simply do what I did like this, but I want to leave it like this so I can show how easier for me to test. Oh, went the complete opposite way. So this part I wanted to leave it a little dark. Oh, these guys must be out of the nav mesh. This nav mesh is cut off here. With that being our objective, we will move on to the next level. So we'll go ahead and go back to my level. For the next part, we do have companions. As a player, I want to have companions follow me and help complete the objectives and levels. Since this prototype did not require the companions actually to be involved into the level, did not have them follow you in the entire time. Player will have 3 AI that will follow in the round. So this is the 3 AI. So once they're all bound to a nav mesh as well. Once these guys are all, spawn with you, they will follow you throughout the entire time. The animation wasn't applied for this last build, and my value or my reflection evaluation, I put in the comment section or the completion section why. I was doing a lot of backtracking to make my stuff functional and work. Also the lack of why my level is kind of dull and bland as to what I would like it to be. I had to do a lot of backtracking. The companions will be able to help fight the zombies and complete the objectives. So if we go ahead and spawn these guys in, you are able to see I wonder if this is an SFX. Alright, let's go ahead and restart that. So if we could see the companions are actually going to the wall, they are actually attracted to the player. So right now they only have the melee function attached to them. I'm having a hard time getting the gun from the first person character actually applied to these guys' hands. I think I'm just gonna have to make multiple duplicates of the first person character and apply the follow feature that I had created. The community will have their own health system. The 100 is at the top. Not actually able to damage them, but they do have the same thing as the player does with a health bar percentage being tracked. The commander will follow all roles of the first person character, so there's not like they can jump high or fly over the walls or go past or anything like that. They'll follow me at a distance. These guys also have a trigger where they don't actually overlap on each other. A different collision setup, but it seems that it is not working. They also have different animations that weren't applied whenever the build was created. Companions will all have different player models. As you can see, we have 3 different models here. They're all kind of overlapping, but let's go and restart, that way we can. So there is. I'm gonna kill myself. All 3 of our characters right there. Companions will have a hovering health bar over their head. So again, they have their own health system, which is reflected by a percentage. I wasn't sure if I wanted a bar or a number, but I think for the ease of this, number makes more sense. It's still percentage based. And then the Thick Forest prototype, I followed the email instructions that I was given to not do that, and to possibly hold it for a teammate that was lacking points, or to continue over into the next milestone. So thank you for your time.